It is Wednesday, the 23rd day of August 2023. Welcome to Primetime News right here on KUTV. Now, former Kakamega County Governor Wycliffe Oparanya has today appeared at the ASCC headquarters to record a statement and also for questioning over an alleged embezzlement of funds during his tenure as governor. We have this story and many more, including this. Wycliffe Oparanya questioned by ASCC over fund embezzlement during his tenure as Kakamega governor. CS Ababu Namwamba faces parliament grilling over alleged mismanagement of office and forced to apologize to parliament over his letter to the speakers of both houses. President Ruto calls for increased monetization of creative content in a bid to exploit talents. And Faith Kipyegon wins 1500 meters race to bag first gold for Kenya in Budapest Athletics Championships. Samuel Kello is our sign language interpreter. My name is Joseph Kess. Remember, we are also live on YouTube at KUTV Kenya, and you can share with us your feedback on Twitter at KUTV_Kenya and at Kess Joseph Kenya. Now, former Kakamega Governor Wycliffe Oparanya was earlier today apprehended by officers drawn from the Ethics and Anti-Corruption Commission and later questioned over allegations of embezzlement of over 1.3 billion of public funds during his tenure as Kakamega Governor. Oparanya was, however, released later in the day, and ASCC released a statement confirming the implication of the former governor to graft, and that upon conclusion, his case will be forwarded to the Directorate of Public Prosecutions, DPP, for further directions. Azimio la Umoja One Kenya coalition leaders termed the apprehension witch hunt, a notion that ASCC has refuted. And Cabinet Secretary for Youth Affairs, Sports and Arts, Ababu Namwamba, has today in Parliament responded to allegations of mismanagement of the sports docket, where in his defense he claimed to be in full control of the ministry, while also lamenting over insufficient funding, which he claims contributes to some of the challenges raised. Ababu has also apologized to Parliament over his letter to the speakers of both houses, which elicited anger from legislators drawn from both the government and legislators. Take a look.
Ababu Namwamba grilling in Parliament kicked off on a high note as the majority leader Kimani Ichung'wah termed Namwamba's self-summoning letter to the National Assembly and Senate speakers as purporting in his
Honorable Speaker, for the record, I want to state it to this minister and all ministers. As leader of majority, I do not hold brief for any cabinet secretary.
This house can choose to transact its business in the manner it deems fit. It is not for anybody else to direct it how to go about transacting its business, including the business of inviting people to this house.
Emotive sentiments from MPs over the letter prompted the Sports Cabinet Secretary to issue an apology to Parliament as ordered by the Speaker Moses Wetangula.
If in any way that letter has created...
Don't give a conditional apology, Minister. Just cut a long story short. An apology should be unequivocal and clear.
Mr. Speaker.
Cut the long story short. Rescind the contents thereof. Apologize to the House. We do business There are a lot of bills pending after this.
Mr. Speaker, may I therefore, with a lot of respect, withdraw that correspondence and unreservedly tender an apology to the Honorable House.
Following an inquiry by the Deputy Speaker Gladys Sholei to the Talanta Hela initiative launched on the 9th of June this year, Ababu Namwamba answered that he is working on the final stages of the already launched program.
I have searched for days on end for the Talenta app, which was launched by the head of state on the 9th of June. No, yes, 9th of June. It is here. Again, there is no app that exists. What the president launched does not exist at all. We'd like to know, does Talenta Hela exist? Amani Talenta Hewa.
Able to send their skill through that app to a team of scouts. Now, what was ignited by His Excellency the President at State House on June 9 was the system, and the system is ready. I can confirm to this House that there was a challenge.
Ababu Namwamba also faced allegations of abandoning the Special Needs Team Kenya in Summer Olympics Games in Berlin in June by failing to flag them off, delaying their traveling, and allegations that the CS issued the athletes with fake uniforms.
I want to confirm that the team that the Honorable Gladys Sholei refers to Tunisia, I want to confirm to this Honorable House that I flagged it off myself. I flagged it off myself, and they were in their official Nike kit. That is something I can confirm to this House without any fear of contradiction.
The Parliament grilling today follows a directive by President Ruto giving the Parliament a go-ahead of questioning the performances of the Cabinet Secretaries. Lynette Maina, KUTV.
Now, President William Ruto has promised to work with the Ministries of Education and Sports to nurture talents of performance in Kenya music competitions. This is spoke while gracing the finalists gala for Kenya Music Festival champions as the competitions came to a close today. Ruto has called for increased monetization of creative content as a way of exploiting talents.
The 95th School Music Festival for the year 2023 came to an end today in Nakuru. The event, which was held at Nakuru State House, saw winners from kindergarten, primary schools, secondary schools, colleges and universities perform before President William Ruto, among other top government officials present. President Ruto, who was the guest of honor in this event, commended the participants, teachers and the organizers for the successful event. Ruto said that his government is focused on capacity building for creative youths to tap into creative economy. Ruto broke his silence on contentious TikTok regulation, revealing plans to meet a TikTok CEO Shu's issue to settle scores on content regulation on the platform.
I have discussed with the owners of social media platforms, from Facebook to Twitter to TikTok, including YouTube, and we have progressed our conversation, and I'm happy to say that two of them have finally agreed to monetize content in Kenya.
The president also noted that the Ministry of Education is among the ministries with a hefty budgetary allocation compared to yesteryears. On matters CBC, the president said that his government is striving to solve the challenges related to the CBC curriculum.
Like we have moderation capacities of the other platforms, YouTube and Twitter, tomorrow morning we are having that conversation with the global CEO of TikTok so that we can agree on a mechanism to moderate content in their space.
Cabinet Secretaries Ezekiel Machogu and Ababu Namwamba also hailed the exercise, adding that the two ministries will work together to nurture talents among the youth.
For example, we are now at 80% monetization. We are one of the 4 countries in the African continent that we can now monetize our content in YouTube.
The Kenya Music Festival attracted approximately 130,000 participants who showcased their musical prowess at the event. Julie Ongaki, KUTV.
And Prime Cabinet Secretary Musalia Mudavadi has implored African communities to embrace their culture and borrow a leaf from the ongoing cultural festivals in Narok County. Mudavadi appreciated the Maa community for upholding its traditions and norms, adding that it opens gateways for other communities to embrace cultural tourism as part of the bottom-up economic transformation agenda. He has assured of government support for the Maa community by return of Amboseli National Reserve to Kajiado County government as earlier instructed by President William Ruto. Mudavadi spoke while attending the Maa Culture Week in Narok County, which will close tomorrow.
Kwa hivyo nyinyi kwa kushikilia mila zetu, mila za Wamaa, mila za Kenya na hata mila za Afrika, nyinyi mumeonyesha kwamba nyinyi si watumwa na hamtaki jamii ya Mwafrika iwe jamii ambayo inaonekana kwamba ni watumwa.
Mheshimiwa Musalia, tumeona umoja na tumeona serikali kuu ambayo inaongozwa na Daktari William Samoei Ruto ikiwa imetupa mkono na support kubwa sana.
Sisi tunasema the president has given a major vote of confidence. A major vote of confidence, a powerful vote of confidence to the Maa people. Kwa kuwarudishia na kusema kwamba Amboseli iwe mikononi mwao.
Now, keynote speakers in the Africa Science Dialogue have today discussed different ways that can be used to inform consumers on importances of genetic modified organism apart from social media. The speakers have centered on use of short video to explain its benefits and highlighting on the importance of public engagement. Edward Nyamo reports.
Eric Kimungongi, CEO AAR Grow, has warned stakeholders to avoid mistakes made in communicating about GMOs and instead take a fresh approach when it comes to communicating emerging technologies like genome editing. Misinformation of scientific factors has been said to be a burden towards importation of genetically modified organisms.
The new challenge that is coming towards threatening the innovation, and that is the challenge of misinformation and disinformation. As an industry, we are trying to do that with our engagements, trying to talk to farmers, making sure that they understand how to use the product label that are the way that have been approved to the farmers, making sure that they respect what the recommendation of the products are. And the recommendation of the product is what farmers need to follow, rates of application and everything else. The right information in terms of what is required by the government to do it and how to likely to use it.
According to the speakers, the event is an opportunity to address some of the most difficult crop production problems, which is provided through gene editing. These solutions can emerge from large and small organizations, from local and global researchers, and from public and private researchers. In that regard, technology acceptance among the general public and science-based regulatory pattern will be crucial to enabling the widespread use of these tools to address agricultural problems.
Most of you know a lot about science communication. And it is everywhere, and you know a lot of science communicators. What you don't know is regulatory communication and regulatory communicators.
The media has also been challenged to invite sources that are well knowledgeable of the benefits of genetically modified organisms to prevent misleading the audience.
We have a huge responsibility, including you, the media, so that we put the right information to the minds of the farmers. We correct every necessary misinformation and disinformation so that farmers get the best of the information. We leave it to the choices of the farmers because they will be empowered and they can utilize all these important tools to improve their production, to be more competitive in terms of production and engagement in global trade, and therefore improving their livelihood and also building the resilience of the food that we eat. So as a stakeholders, all of us, we have one responsibility that today, as we stand here with the launch of this portal, that all of us are going to have access to information, access to science.
The event aims at ensuring that the wider audience in the society will have access to accurate information on genetically modified organisms and how they can improve the country's health and environmental sector. Edward Nyamo, KUTV.
Well, that story by Edwin Nyamo takes us on our first break. Tonight, we still have plenty more ahead, including some updates on business. Stay with us. We'll be back shortly.
Lola is an app that gives you a chance to watch videos, listen to audios, and read articles wherever you are for free. Motivational stories, dramas, campus life, technology, lifestyle, adventure, sports, academics, jobs, entertainment, and more. Download Lola now on Play Store. All you need, you got Lola.
Kutoka kuwa jamii ya kuhamahama na sasa kujumuisha kilimo katika mitindo yao ya maisha. Kwenye toleo la kaunti ya Narok, hii ni Boresha Kilimo, kwani afya bora ni kilimo bora. Kwani kilimo ndicho huboresha maisha.
All right, welcome back to the broadcast. Let us continue. Now, tonight's Treasury is seeking for Parliament's approval to write off loans and tax penalties worth 117.64 billion shillings accrued by 5 sugar companies that have sent the companies on the verge of collapse. This and much more in the business wrap.
About 117 billion shillings debt owed by 5 struggling state sugar companies will be written off by the government before they can be leased to private investors should Parliament approve a plan by the Treasury to write off the loans and tax penalties accrued by the sugar companies. Cabinet Secretary Njuguna Ndung'u in a memorandum to Parliament said the move is in line with the Cabinet decision to have the loans done away with in order to revive the sector. The plan will also see rundown factories sold and land leased to the bidders picked to commercially run Zoya Sugar, South Nyanza Sugar, Chemelil Sugar, Mumias Sugar, Muhoroni Sugar, and Miwani Sugar to construct modern plants. The Kenya Crops Value Chain Regulator has also withheld licenses of several sugar companies for reportedly exceeding their milling capacities, contributing to the depletion of mature cane. Agriculture and Food Authority Chairman Corneli Serem noted that the agency has withdrawn the licenses of all millers pending vetting to check whether the millers crushed more cane than allowed. A push and pull between the Teachers Employer Teachers Service Commission and the 3 teachers unions have also been witnessed following a stalemate regarding the compensation of teachers during salary review talks that started yesterday, in which the Kenya National Union of Teachers, Kenya Union of Post-Primary Education Teachers, and Kenya Union of Special Need Education Teachers felt dissatisfied with the Commission's initial offer. Among issues that the unions are addressing includes a proposal by TSC that changed the 7 to 10% increment as initially recommended by SRC for teachers in higher grades, and instead proposed a 2.5% increase for them. Teachers in the lower grades were also offered a similar percentage, which is lower than the 9.5% that SRC had recommended earlier this month. Anyango Sylvia, KUTV.
And in a significant move towards achieving gender equality and fostering leadership among women and vulnerable members of the society, community representatives in Embu County have come together to address the challenges of stigmatization and cultural bias. The consultative meeting held in Embu County highlighted the urgent need to sensitize communities on the importance of supporting women and marginalized individuals in leadership roles.
Community representatives in Embu have come together to address the challenges of stigmatization and cultural bias as some of the challenges driving inequalities in leadership among women and the vulnerable members of the society. After a consultative meeting in Embu, Dr. Frida Karani, the community dialogue leader, announced a consensus to launch a campaign educating about supporting women, vulnerable individuals, and dispelling stigmas. The effort includes enlightening youth to promote equality in leadership and end marginalization.
Yale mambo ambayo yanachangia ukosekaji wa usawa, kama vile mambo ya kitamaduni, kama vile mambo ya kuamini mwanamke hawezi. Tumeamua kama kikundi cha Embu tutaweza kukuja na projects ama miradi ambayo inahakikisha ya kwamba jamii inaendelea kufanyiwa hamasa na pia jamii inaweza kuimplement ile mambo ambayo tumejadiliana leo.
Embu Persons with Disabilities leader Dickson Mureithi emphasized accessible schools infrastructure and empowerment for disabled learners as future leaders. He called for adherence to the 5% PWD's allocation for procurement and jobs by national and county leaders.
Tumeomba hata wale principals na sisi sote tushikane pamoja ili shule zetu siwe user friendly ili tuweze kusoma vizuri. Kile kinastahili kufanywa ni kufuata sheria, kwa sababu sheria inasema 5% ni ya walemavu. Kama wanaweza kuimplement the policy of the government, tunaweza kushukuru sana.
Doreen Morugi, a facilitator on empowering women, encouraged girls to take on science subjects, urging parents to take up the role of challenging girls and dismiss notion that science subjects are meant for boys.
We need to encourage our girls to take up all the subjects equally, especially the STEM subjects. Let's avoid the mentality that they are meant for boys so that we can have women leaders in future.
The momentum for empowering many women to secure leadership positions in the government has not left men behind, as they were also invited to the discussion, with Doreen emphasizing that it is difficult to empower women without men. Charles Kirubi, KUTV.
We are taking our second break here on Primetime News. Coming back, we'll be taking a look at sports updates. Stay with us.
Are you an aspiring media practitioner, a graduate, or you just want to advance your skills in television production? Then welcome to Kenyatta University, where education meets innovation. KUTV, the premier university television station in Kenya, is now offering short courses in TV studio, field technical operations, and video editing. Through these courses, you will acquire hands-on skills on camera operations, media production, lighting techniques, audio-visual editing, and sound and visual control, and how to operate key equipment in modern TV control room. Enroll today at KUTV and discover your full potential in cutting-edge TV broadcasting. Graduates of these courses will receive professional certificates. For more information, visit our offices at KUTV Studios or call us on 020-870-4252 or 020-870-4255 or SMS us on 0739-110-544. KUTV, a new experience.
Focus on Health is a show that creates awareness on matters health and informs you on various diseases, their causes, treatment, prevention, coping, and support. So join me, Boari Michelle, every Thursday at 7:30 p.m. only on KUTV. You can also follow us on our social media platforms at KUTV Focus on Health on Facebook and also on YouTube, and Health Focus on Instagram, because your health is your wealth. Stay safe and stay healthy.
All right, welcome back. Let us take a look at what we have in sports. Now, Faith Kipyegon continued with her fine form after finishing first in the 1500 meters race in the ongoing World Athletics Championships in Budapest, Hungary, to bag Kenya her first gold medal, while Abraham Kibiwot finished third in the 3000 meters steeplechase to win bronze. Jamage Koma tells us more.
Kenya's Faith Kipyegon
produced a devastating last lap to win a record third World Women's 1500 meters title in Day 4 of the World Athletics Championship in Budapest, Hungary. Kipyegon bagged Kenya's first gold in the championships after finishing in 3 minutes and 54 seconds ahead of Ethiopia's Derebe Welteji, who finished second in 3 minutes 55 seconds, and Dutch international Sifa Hassan, who finished in third in 3 minutes and 56 seconds. Kipyegon will take part in the 5,000 meters race slated for this Saturday. In the 3,000 meters steeplechase men's race, Abraham Kibiwot bagged the bronze medal after finishing third in 8 minutes and 11 seconds behind world record holder Lamek Girma of Ethiopia, who finished in 8 minutes and 5 seconds. Sofian El Bakali of Morocco bagged gold to retain his title in 8 minutes and 3 seconds. In the men's 800 meters heat race, Emmanuel Wanyonyi and Alex Kipmetich won their races in Heat 1 and Heat 3 respectively. Tonight's action in Budapest will see Team Kenya take part in the men's 1500 meters race and women's 3000 meters steeplechase semi-final race from 8 p.m. Kenyan time. Njama Gikomo for KUTV Sports.
And Kenya Police head coach Francis Baraza has applauded the Football Kenya Federation's efforts to train coaches at all levels from all across the country during an interview held after completion of the Confederation of African Football, that is CAF, a refresher course. Coach Baraza reflected on the changes that have been witnessed in football, reflecting also on the impact of refreshing the coaching knowledge to football in the country. Football Kenya Federation, that is FKF, made effort to ensure coaches are well equipped with the proper knowledge by ensuring that coaching courses are regularly offered in a bid to ensure the level of football in the country is elevated.
Sasa imekuwa kama science. Naona. So kuna vitu ambapo vinaelezewa pale awali sisi tulikuwa tuvijui. Instructor wa kitu ambao natufunza na kitu tunaona sasa in football, bila shaka najua tukichukua tupelekee vijana wetu sehemu walipo, naona soka yetu itarudi kule ilikuwa. Huru sana mwanzo rais wa federation amefanya juu chini kuweza kufanya walimu wote mashinani wapi wanasoma. Na football sasa imekuwa kama science. Naona. So kuna vitu ambapo vinaelezewa pale awali sisi tulikuwa tuvijui. Instructor wa kitu ambao natufunza na kitu tunaona sasa in football, bila shaka najua tukichukua tupelekee vijana wetu sehemu walipo, naona soka yetu itarudi kule ilikuwa. Huru sana mwanzo rais wa federation amefanya juu chini kuweza kufanya walimu wote mashinani wapi wanasoma. Na
well, that brings us to the end of our primetime news tonight. Thank you so much for being a part of it. Our sign language interpreter has been Sami Okello. My name is Joseph Kess. Until we meet again another time, enjoy the rest of your week and have a good night.